Okay, so I really wanted to make this video because I was trying to think about how can I share with you guys, I guess in the most compact way, like the things that I've seen and learned, etc. I've worked with over 250 different clients, creators to date. We've sold $300 million plus in that over 8 years. The amount of stuff that I've seen and been involved in and done, at times I'd almost forget. But in this video, I'm trying to break that down because I do think there's certain things you need if you ever want to have a business, a digital product that you're selling online, which basically sells 7 figures plus. And you should want to do that, not because of the money, because of the achievement, because of the opportunity, right? We are living in the greatest time ever where social media and audience and selling things online has never been the biggest it's ever been. Entrepreneurship is the highest. So you owe it to yourself to try your best, to almost like fulfill the destiny that you possibly can. And it's not about the money, it's about the achievement, right? For me, I built my business Gemflow. It's always been about the achievement, right? I slept in the office and we launched an app and hit #1. It's the achievement, that's like you wear it as a badge of honor. Hit #1 on Amazon, badge of honor. We do this event with one of our creators and, we had like 60,000 people watching live, badge of honor. Sold $1 million in like 7 minutes, badge of honor. If you start chasing that, you find growth in life, right? You find growth in life, in business, in everything, because you're chasing the feeling of winning. You're chasing the feeling of being right. You are chasing the feeling of I can do things more than I could do the day before. You want to be the type of person that like wakes up and every single day is trying to be better, trying to be great, right? That's the thing. And I went through this myself in the early days. That as soon as you taste some success, you become very, very content because you make enough money, everything is good. You went from, is this gonna work, to like, holy shit, this is working, right? And the moment you get there, you become complacent. The moment you get there, you don't think you need to do anything new anymore. And you just want to keep that going. You want to keep riding that wave. And I've seen this time and time again with our clients. Honestly speaking, like someone will sell, they sell 40K a month, 7 months in, they're just happy. They're making enough money and life is good and it's all good. And that is fine. But it is slightly, they are missing out on this golden opportunity, right? It's not going to be there. 3 years from now, that same product is not going to sell in the same way. So if you're not evolving, it's going to be a problem. So I had this myself first, because ultimately, when I first helped creators sell 2016-17, I was selling PDFs, we were selling courses the most simplistic way. You film the course, you put it on a website, you put it on sale, done. You put some content online, some people buy, done. Everybody made enough money. My client made 100K, I made 20K, thumbs up everybody, great job, and I move on to the next one. And that's how I was, because it was winning. I'm like sitting in my apartment, right? Like that's winning. I'm happy. So I learned this lesson the hard way because I missed out on the gold opportunity. Crazy, but in 2016, I could have worked with Logan Paul and Jake Paul. They were coming up. The whole vlogging scene was killing it. Casey Neistat and all of that. And I was just like, nah, I don't need it. I've got my clients. I'm good. Because my mindset was always wrong. It was essentially what everybody's trying to do today online, right? Everybody actually wants to do the least amount of work to get the most amount of benefit. Because why not, right? You want to work the least, make the most money. It's almost common sense to think like that. It's second nature to think like that. And that's what I was used to do. I was like, I'm already making enough money, right? In 2016, 17, 18, 2018, we were basically a 7-figure agency. So within like less than 2 years, I kind of basically like lived the dream. I went from zero, left my job, 0 to $1 million plus in less than 2 years. I don't need to do anything else. I could just do that for years and it would have been fine. The first thing in this like $1 million mindset thinking is like, you have to want, and you have to not want, you have to need to be evolving. Otherwise, you will get left behind. And I learned that the hard way because, I then, we never really struggled as a business, but we missed out on the opportunity, missed out on the growth because I didn't have that mindset. And I see the same thing with our clients all the time. Like I said, someone launches something, you do 100K, like some girl DM'd me the other day, she did 80K in her first launch. You're going to be chilling, buy your Chanel bag, go on holiday, post your stories with you in first class. Like, you're going to live the dream. And then you won't know what to do, right? You launched your coaching offer. It did well. What's next? Don't know. Gonna do the same thing again. Cool. You think you can do the same thing again for a long period of time. And it's not the case. You're going to have to evolve. That's one of my biggest things. That if you become focused on growth, and that comes from you as a person, as in your skills, as in the way you think, as in the way you operate, as in everything you want to do that much better. That naturally will bring this mindset of growth. Very, very important. The second big thing in this $1 million mindset, that you are not a sellout. What's going to happen, and it probably always happened if you already sell online, people are going to say you're a course seller. People are going to say you're a sellout, or you become one of them ones now. Or there's going to be people that just never like it. There's going to be people that buy it and just think this is a scam. There's going to be people that buy it and think this is not good enough. It's not doing X, Y, Z. And I'm just being upfront, because if you don't know how to handle that mentally, it's going to break you. So it's very important for you to understand that, that is going to happen. I say this to all my clients. It'll be days before the launch. I'll be like, yeah, basically, I just want to let you know up front, X% of people are going to hate you. X% of people want a refund. X people want to call you a scam. X amount of people are going to steal it and sell it to other people. We literally have a team in Gemflow who takes down counterfeit content. People are reselling. All of this is about to happen. Embrace it. It comes with the success. And you are not a sellout. And I have to say that again, because it's very normal. The moment you go, bam, buy something to your audience, then you're like, oh, hear it. I knew it. It was all along. She was going to make money out of us. I knew it. So you have to be like, what do? We advise our clients to say, well, I'm launching a business. It's a business. You don't want me to start my own business? Or because you don't have a business? Because you're working in some job and you hate it or whatever? It's just positioning. To counteract not being a sellout, you ultimately got to work on your positioning. The way you announce something, the way you talk about something, the way you explain to people, the way you think about it in your mind, you're proud of it. So then it's cool. If I'm proud of it, you don't want to like it, unfollow. You don't want to like it, don't buy it. It's okay. One of my creators does this really well. Be like, if it's not for you, that's okay. If you don't think it's valuable, that's okay. If you don't like it and you want your money back, that's okay. And it just changes the dynamic. But you have to be mentally in a place where someone's like, this is shit, give my money back, and not let that affect you. That's all I'm saying. That's that mindset that you're going to need to have if you can want success in making money by selling digital products, having an online business. The next thing that I've seen, which is absolutely crucial, is that you cannot believe your own hype, because it's easy almost to find success, because the amount of people that are actually trying versus people are not trying, and a lot of people actually do things properly versus not doing things properly. Even if you follow everything I'm telling you in this, you will find success, right? You will have people buying from you, or maybe you will scale your current business. You should, but don't believe your own hype. And what I mean by that is this. I'll give you a real life example. So I work with James Smith. When we first launched, the whole angle was that we're going to help personal trainers essentially sell online. It worked, killed it. But then it almost started to go down a bit. We realized that he naturally isn't really talking about that stuff anymore. And what that did was conversion dropped, because we realized that people are no longer buying because he's changed his content. He's changed the way he's coming across. After having customers for 6 months, it changes things, just like it does in any business. And what I mean by don't believe your own hype is because it's very easy, and I've seen this time and time again, that people are very hung up on, no, I am this person, I create content about this stuff, and I don't want to change that. I'm not changing that, and that is it. People like us have been here a very long time and have seen hundreds of people go through the exact same thing that you're going through. And I'm speaking to you right now. You're going to have to evolve those things and pivot, change strategy. And stop thinking that I'm amazing, no, or be so scared to change because what else am I going to lose? So in his case, he was like, okay, interesting. Let me talk more to business owners. And then boom, we find more growth. So it was like, we were doing this. He listened, didn't believe his own hype, took 3 steps back, really thought about his messaging, how he's coming across and what he's going to talk about, changed up his content strategy, launched a second YouTube channel, and whoa, we find growth. And that's the mindset that if someone like myself, or even if it's yourself, can you be honest with yourself and say, look, I need to work harder. I need to change stuff. My content is lacking. I'm still posting the same carousels that we were posting ages ago. Or I'm still doing the same thing. I'm trying to still run the same ads funnel that I've been running for 2 years or 1 year or 6 months, whatever, right? You're just not willing to do the stuff. And the amount of people that don't even film new ads, then weeks go by, months go by. You should be testing creatives every single week if you want to find success, because that's what it takes. The game is only getting harder. So the more lazy you are, the more unwilling to change your ways, the more behind you're going to get. And I'm just, again, being upfront. A lot of people I work with personally, they almost, the ego is naturally going to be there, and they almost can't take the fact that I'm just not that impressed. What I mean by that is, yes, it's amazing that you've sold $1 million, but I still see these 7 things that you need to improve and you need to go harder. And people really struggle with that. So I'm telling you right now, you have to learn to embrace that. And you got to learn how to deal with that, because that is the feedback. You got to be willing to change. You got to be willing to change your content, do stuff, etc. I'll give you another example. So I worked with Iman, and one of the launches that we did, we had too many students join, and because of that, conversion was low. So he had to pivot. He changed all his YouTube content to never use the word student in the YouTube title again, so we get less students watching, less students signing up to the event. And then less students will be there to buy, which means conversion went higher. Recently, again, did a slight change and the average age went from 22 to 28 of people watching his content. That's the stuff that you're like, I know I could get more views if I make a video, say, how to make 10K as a student, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not chasing views. And that's ego. Like the amount of people that won't do something because they can't not do like that thing that they've been chasing forever, they can't get away from it, even though it's deteriorating their business. So hopefully that's useful. The next one is that you have to be willing to work on your craft. In whatever game we are at now, say if you're a business owner, you're a creator, you're someone who's already selling courses and making lots of money and you're killing it. Either one of those people, you've got to be improving your skills. And what are those skills? Like you have to be getting yourself to get better at writing copy. You have to get better at creating content. You've got to get better at speaking on camera. Why some of the biggest people are the best? Because they put the time and effort in. Chris Williamson with Modern Wisdom, has a speaking coach. He literally does vocal exercises before filming a podcast episode so he sounds the best. Crazy, but true. Every single person that you see is putting a lot of time and effort and investment into improving themselves drastically so they stay on top of the game. So you have to work on your craft. Again, if you're here, you're going to sell a course and that's it. And when I get a chance, I'll promote it sometimes or whatever. Or, I'm too scared to promote it. I'm a sellout. I don't want to post about it. Good luck, because the competition is tough. This game is tough. If you are an online entrepreneur and you want to, live the life that's going to bring you happiness and you're going to help people and all that good stuff, then this is part of it. That you have to be working on your craft. It's so important to be getting better at it. And that means you're going to be doing it yourself. The amount of people I've worked with, they come in and they'll have a person for everything and they don't actually do anything. They'll have VAs for this, freelancers for this for this. I'm like, right, okay, so someone makes the YouTube concepts, someone's doing the thumbnail, someone's doing the title. You just sit down and read from a teleprompter and press publish. It's like, what do you want me to say then? Right? Because you're not really in the detail. So look, the truth is I can keep going on about it, but you have to be that person who's just willing to consistently improve themselves across all the different spectrums that you touch. It's the greatest chance of your success. So, and because of that, ultimately, you're never going to grow, right? You're never going to scale. You're never going to really work on your craft. You have to be in the detail. If you're in the details, working every single day, you will find success because you are improving. Even just the way to deliver a hook on a piece of content, the way to write an email, all of that's changing and you just got to be into it, right? Using the latest AI tools now or whatever the thing comes, you should be all over it. That's the mindset you're going to need. I have that with my business, right? It's been 8 years, whatever it is, I'm here. I'm trying every single day. It's a massive thing. And I guess the very last point I wanted to make in this video with the $1 million mindset, that you have to think long term. The amount of people that are so stuck on, I'm just going to release this one product. What's the offer? What's the thing? And that's all you think about. Or I'm going to launch this course and that is it. That you can't think one step further than that is the people that don't find success. Real success or achieve what they should be achieving in their lives because they're looking like this. They spend the whole time looking like this. And then they'll be so focused on what this thing is, right? So no, I need to launch a course on this price, this offer, this platform, and that is success. And that's what I'm going to do. And they get so hung up on that versus what is the thing I'm actually trying to do, right? What is the thing I'm trying to achieve? And these are just pieces to the puzzle, right? That's the whole my thing, right? That ecosystem, because you're building your ecosystem and it's for the long term. Yes, to be honest, anyone can launch a course. My mom could launch a course, right? But are you going to be a successful online business person? Are you going to be someone that can actually do something properly, which is going to impact lots of people and help lots of people and do all the great stuff? We've sold thousands and thousands and thousands of products with different creators, and that's what it takes. You got to think long term. That doesn't mean we're not going to execute fast and efficiently and short-term thinking in terms of execution, but it's long-term strategy, short-term execution, right? I'll say it again. It's long-term strategy, short-term execution. If you were to sit a bit, think long-term, you will find success. And what does that mean, right? That means you're okay, 6 months from now, I'm going to go start my YouTube channel. Cool. Now I'm going to do this. I'm going to launch this low ticket product now. In 3 months, another one. So when we work with creators, someone comes, sells a course, we're great job. It's what happens from then? And then we start to build. They're what, I have to film the next one? It's yep. I've got to film the small, low ticket. Yep. I've got to do this. Yep. I've got to post 3 times a week on YouTube for the next 6 months. Yep. So that's long term. Because I have to start putting the pieces in place to get the success. The other really cool thing about long-term thinking is that it starts to compound. Generally, if I was to say, I have creators today selling $10 million plus, the only difference really is compounding impact. Because everything you do leads to more people loving you, knowing you, just creating this bubble around you. You know, if someone's been seeing your ad for 7 months, if someone is seeing emails for you for 7 months, if someone's been seeing you still posting on YouTube 7 months later, you're already in the top 0.1% because nobody's consistent. Nobody's playing the long-term game. The amount of people you go on the YouTube channel, they're like, videos and then nothing ever again. Because that's easy. Because they didn't get the ROI, right? Oh, I didn't make the $1 million. I knew selling courses ain't gonna work for me. I should leave it. I should go back to work. I should do the other stuff. I should just sign clients and work with them. I shouldn't have a offer, have a course product. All that is because you're not thinking long-term to begin with. So realistic long-term goals and thinking will completely change the way you operate as a person and for your business to succeed. And yeah, look, that's all I really wanted to cover in this video. It's like, that's the stuff that like frustrates me, excites me, pushes me, and what I'm like as a person. So I kind of just wanted to put that out there, and I'll summarize it one more time because I think it's extremely, extremely important. You have to be evolving as a person. That's just who you need to become if you are not today. You got to stop almost mentally like sabotaging yourself because you can't think. You're getting like overwhelmed. I can't do this. I can't do that. It's too much to do. You're not pulling the trigger. You got to pull the trigger fast. Make a decision. You're doing it. Let's do it. Well, you know what my biggest thing is when I sit down with my clients? I'd be like, this is the course, this is the name, this is the price, this is the this, let's do it. And they've been there for 3 months thinking, what's the right price? Nah, bro, said this in the video. Or this girl said this. Or I clicked on this girl's link and she's doing this. Oh, I just don't know which one to do. And it's like, no. This is it. Let's go. And look, you are going to get haters. It doesn't matter. You have to keep working on your skills, as I said, and ultimately you got to play for the long-term game. If you do all that stuff in that way, you will find success long-term. And with that being said, hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one.